What is good, guys? It's Rey-Jay back with another video. And in this, I wanted to break down what's going on with Tesla, SPY, Nvda, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down something very important about the market and talk about something that happened that helps the market bounce a bit. But before I begin the devil's information, before I get into any more details, let me just say two things. Firstly, I am not a financial planner. Take nothing I say as financial advice. And then don't forget about the Webull link. Deposit $500 and you're guaranteed 20 free stocks. Anyways, now let's talk about this market. So I just want to mention that SPY had this head and shoulders like structure. It did come down to 505, but then the whole market bounced with Aapl. Aapl actually helped the market bounce because this big news came out. Apple's essentially going to be canceling its plans to build an EV. It's going to be focusing a lot more on developing AI. That is great news for Aapl. That's why Aapl got this nice bounce off 180. Aapl is slowing down a bit. I'll show you guys the chart in a second. But the truth is, this helped kickstart this nice bounce on SPY. And SPY is now in a critical area. We have this 5 Elliott wave count sequence, right? Where this thing has been dropping. But the question is, are we about to lose 505 and turn more bearish, or are we about to break 507 and try to bounce and see a trend reversal? So we'll have to see how it goes. But with that being said, I just want to mention that so far, SPY of all things is in a decent place right now. It held 505 very nicely, so we'll see which way it breaks. It's either about to reverse here or continue lower, and we're going to be watching this range right here to see which one it ends up being going into tomorrow and beyond. For the QQQ, it's the same thing. It's essentially just range bound. 438 is going to be our resistance. We'll see how it does there. And then we have support at 435. Back and forth and back and forth. It did drop to 435, so we were right about this drop coming. But then we got this bounce thanks to Aapl. Now we're just kind of stuck in this range, so we'll just have to see which way it breaks. It's still very indecisive. Aapl got a nice bounce, okay? It pushed super nicely. Look at this thing was at 180, went all the way up to almost 184, hitting 184, coming back down, still holding up nicely. So we will see if Aapl tries to bounce from here. We have to establish a higher low at one of these levels right here and then start pushing up higher, or does it just come back down? In my opinion, it might retrace a little bit, but we'll have to see if it tries to get that bounce. This could be a catalyst to help reverse the market, so we'll wait and see. For Nvidia right now, so Nvidia came down quite a bit. We actually saw this thing in this 780 area right here. Then we hit 788, and since then it's been stuck and kind of consolidating, but it's trying to hold back above 790, which is a good sign. So now with this long wick that formed, Nvidia is showing some life. It's not the strongest set of uh, price action, but I will say that it's showing a little bit of life right here. If we do start to break above 800, it's going to try to reverse. If we fail to do so, it's just going to consolidate. So we'll have to see which way it goes. We will see if this is going to continue to descend lower or not. But otherwise, it's just consolidating right now. It's very indecisive. And then finally, we have the one and only Tesla stock. Tesla's looking pretty decent. I do want to note that Tesla has like this double top like formation that ended up forming. We had a rising wedge that formed as well. We did break out of this, and now we're approaching our support at. So we had 200 as resistance and 198 is our next support, and we're kind of stuck right here, right? So with that being said, we'll see what Tesla is doing. This is not the end of the world. It could still be forming kind of like a cup and then a handle, but we have to see if this thing could bounce very, very nicely. I am a little concerned that this could be like a left shoulder here. This could be a head and maybe a right shoulder could be forming. So that's like the more bearish case. But the bullish case is that instead of like forming a right shoulder and dropping, this needs to like make its way back up above 202 and start pushing. And then this could actually look like a cup and handle instead. So is this going to be a head and shoulders that plays out for Tesla to drop? Or is Tesla about to be forming a cup and handle, come down a little bit, then rebound and start pushing? We'll be watching for that for tomorrow and beyond. All right, guys. So I have something coming up, so I'm going to be a little busy, which is why I'm kind of rushing, trying to finish this video ASAP. Please enjoy your day. Know that some tickers like SMCI or Supermicro are just kind of like trading sideways. They're at resistance at this 850 area, so we'll see how it goes. So far, reached our target of $9 as predicted, and so far many tickers are looking quite decent. I also want to note that one last thing. I think Microsoft is trying to bounce now. It hit our target of 405. That's the exact target we had. Went a little bit lower and then it's trying to bounce again. So we'll see how well this does. With that being said, there is some life in the market. We'll see if we're getting a bounce or not. We'll just see how it goes from there. Thank you for listening. Have a great day and peace out.